Hi, and welcome to Export Kit. This example, it's going to seem a little complex on the outside, but it's very simple to do. So what I'm going to do is show that we're going to turn this simple wireframe into a few different themes. So let's take a look at the themes. So default, you'll see we changed the button. Fire, you'll see that all the color styles are changed. And lime, all the other color styles are changed as well. And this is all done directly with a single wireframe within XD. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right in and see how we did this. So just right off the bat, each of these artboards that we have, the wireframe, default, theme, fire, and lime, these are all the exact same template. There's no difference within the object structure. The only thing that is different is the style that we've placed on the top, and you'll note that here. This has wireframe as the container, while this has a CSS style for default theme. Fire has a style for fire theme, and lime has a style for lime theme, etc. So it's the exact same elements and structure. So let's take a look at the structure of our actual layout, and then let's take a look at the CSS styles that we have above that actually create the multiple styles that we displayed previously. So if we look at the design itself, what we're going to note within the design, and this is a lot based on the layers, you'll see that we have a basic template here for an image carousel, and then another image paragraph, and a button. Now you'll note the layout of the elements, how they're structured here. What's important is that we've applied styles to each of these sections. So you'll see that our main container, we're calling it sub. We have a button container, which is displayed here, that we've given it a style button. We've given our label a style label and our background a style BG. Select it so you can see. So that's style BG while this is style label. Or actually, maybe open it here. Now our description is DASC. We have an image object, so the folder is a style image. It has an icon which doesn't change, but the background relatively can change, so it has a style BG. Now the name of the element is irrelevant as long as the style is actually applied to it. And we also have our main carousel, which has a style image and also has a background of BG. Now we could have added additional styles, but this is simply to show how we're going to turn this simple layout, when this is pretty structured, I shouldn't call it simple, into multiple styles. So the first thing we're going to do to demonstrate how the wireframe would look on its own, let's actually just close these because we're going to go into detail with each of them after. Now we have our CSS styles, and this is done within our pasteboard. It's irrelevant where you put your CSS styles, but pasteboards will be rendered globally, so we want the styles to be rendered with every page. Now what we've done is we're skipping the text content, and you'll see here if we simply hide it. That's not required in the output, but visually for anyone looking at the file, this will explain what they're looking at. So what we have is we have nested styles. So basically we have our base styles, and if we take a look here, our base styles are our image, our button, and our description. And we'll see here if we select description, this is the base, this is the label style for the button. So if we go into it, you'll see here we have button label, and this is basically a child-parent relationship. This is very important when you're using CSS because what it will do is it will correspond that style to the child as long as it has that parent. So similar, we have within our image, we have a background or BG, and this will basically give the default layout for the image carousel background. Now what we also have are the themes that we've created, and inside these themes, let's look at the default first, and let's close these. What we're doing is we're basically remapping the exact same structure that we have within our wireframe. So if we go back and we look at our wireframe, you'll see that what we have is we have an image and a sub on the base layers. Within the sub, we have a button, a description, and an image. Now, what we're trying to do in essence is to recreate that within the CSS style. So within the default, we have a sub. We're not worried about the image right now, the image carousel, and we have a button and a background. So what this will do is it will actually render the button within the default theme with this background, whereas that's not relevant within the default theme, or the base theme, I should say. So if we check our fire, what we're doing is we're controlling the image, and we're changing the background. The background should have a red border. Within our sub, we're controlling the description, we're controlling the image background, which is going to have another border, and we're also controlling the button with the label and the background. So you'll see we're going to have a red button with, in essence, a white label. Now, if we take a look at Lime, Lime is similar where we're controlling the image and the background. We're controlling the description in the sub, the image background, and the label and the background for the button. So using these simple methods, and this could easily be pasteboards that designers added for additional styles, what you can actually do now is you can map your CSS styles to individual wireframes and basically recreate multiple content. So using these styles that we've created here, and of course these tutorials are found on our website, they basically apply throughout with all Adobe applications. Using these CSS styles that we've created and these additional themes that we've remapped, so you'll see here with the default, what we've done is we have default theme with sub, button, description, etc. Fire. We have fire theme with sub, button, description, etc. This will in essence render our individual themes based on our CSS styles that we've defined. So if we go ahead and we re-export this, and let's actually just delete the previous one. So we're just going to show it fresh. And for argument's sake, let's probably change a few things so we can confirm it's fresh. Let's add, so right here we have an image background. Let's in essence copy this to the default theme. So sub, that's going to be inside the image background. Let's confirm. Okay, that's inside the sub. So what we're going to do is we're just basically recreating the exact same content. So let's shift this up for the default just so visually we can see it. Let's remove the border, but let's add a shadow for argument's sake. Or you know what, the border, let's make it 0 just to ensure if there's one previously it will be removed. So there we go. So we've added another style to our default theme, a drop shadow on the image, and this is not the carousel, this will be the icon image. So let's go ahead and let's take a look. So again, we have our wireframe, this is our base, we have our default, now it has a drop shadow where it didn't previously. We have our fire, and again these are all mapped directly from the design. So we have our individual elements here that were corresponding with our fire theme. So this is our button background along with our label. This is our text description. You'll note our button background with our label, our text description, etc. So it's very simple now to control how your content renders and also add additional options for your client or your boss, whoever you want to make happy.